welcome to Gin and Phonics Unversed. We're here with Ollie and Viveka from the 52s. We'll give you an insight into the band and hear a few pieces later. So, why don't we jump straight into it? Why music, both of you, as an art form?
Well, I guess I study music, so it's kind of my kind of everyday really. It's the thing I love doing. It's the thing that kind of really gets me up in the morning, and I just absolutely love it. And it all kind of started, I guess, fairly early on. I was never very good at sport, so it was kind of the next thing to go and try and do. If you can't catch a ball, then I sort of picked up the piano, picked up the guitar a little bit, and it's kind of just been always the thing I've loved doing. It's the thing I enjoy doing in my spare time, but also just love doing. I get such a buzz out of it and real energy from it. So it's just a great, everyone enjoys it, and it's a great way of meeting new people, and we've had a great time
definitely
playing together. And
What about you, Viveka?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't study music, but it's
you play sport?
Not really, no. It's a great outlet, and it just completely gets rid of all your stress, and I think we both found that. I started with the piano. My dad used to wake me up at 6:30 in the morning to practice for 2 hours, and I hated him, absolutely hated him for it. But I guess now I'm kind of grateful, and just picked up the guitar and
the hours of practice.
I don't even play the piano. But
maybe not that many hours, more. But it's been a lot of fun.
And your influences, who would you say, both I guess familial or friends wise, and also musical influences? Who would you say?
I think our influences aren't too similar. I think we both like Ed Sheeran. I am influenced more by sort of R&B kind of stuff. So you've got your Drake in there, you've got your Kanye.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty, I guess, of how us two came together, because we just listened to such completely different music, and we never really had much overlap. So I was much more.
Well, you're not a Kanye fan.
No, not at all.
I know you can't say that, can you? How can you not be a Kanye fan? But I've always been much more into folk music and acoustic music, and then also a lot of old classic rock and roll and stuff like that. And so we had these two crazy polar sounds that we were both getting really into, and we sort of tried to kind of meet in the middle with it a little bit, I guess. And there are always some times when I'm trying to rein in a banjo, and Vex is trying to rein in her in a snapback rap god. So we're kind of we're trying to find that sort of middle ground really. But
I think we kind of found it though, which is
that's what we always try and have in mind.
Cool.
Is something a bit different, kind of. It's drawing from far ranges, like say Kanye West to Nina Simone to the Rolling Stones to Ed Sheeran to all these kind of
different. It's that eclectic mix that makes the 52s.
Well, yeah.
So I guess where did you two meet? Were you? Is there a magic story of how the music happened, or?
We both lived in the same corridor in first year, and then we got a house together. That was 52 Abingdon Road.
Hence the name. That's where the 52s comes from. So we lived on 52 Abingdon Road. And we spent our whole first year, we both knew that we both kind of played music or were interested in music, but we never really clicked that that it was something that we could both do together. And we both played in sort of different bands and spent a lot of time listening to music and chatting about it. But it wasn't until really in our second year at uni here, end of second year really, that we got together. And it started really as just jamming a lot. And it was. We both get guitars in our house and annoy our neighbours, and just sort of playing a lot of covers originally, and then from there, it was from there really, that was kind of where we began to start writing our own stuff really,
So you bonded over playing covers then? Was that the way that it started?
Yeah, I guess so, that was kind of, it began as the most low-key thing in the world. We would just kind of sit around in your room.
We'd hear a nice tune and try and cover it and try and see what it sounded like. And that's kind
cool.
of
Well, why don't we start with a cover then? What are you going to play for us first?
All right. One of the earliest songs we ever did playing together was we tried this little cover of an Anthony Hamilton song, which was in the film Django Unchained. And we just saw it now. It had the boy-girl duo, and it was quite solely vocals. We thought they kind of mapped onto the sort of thing we were trying to get at. So this is cool. Looking for Freedom.
Go ahead.
All right. freedom, and to find it, take everything I have. Oh, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for freedom, and to find it, it'll take everything I have. Oh, I know by now it don't come easy, no, no. The chains of the world, they seem to moving fast. I tried to get up, but stumbling was so familiar. Oh no, I tried to get out, but the doubt is so strong, yeah, and I can't move forward and move on now. Oh, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for freedom, and to find it, it'll take everything I have. Oh, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for freedom, and to find it, it'll take everything I have.
Oh, life hasn't been very kind to me lately. I suppose it's a push for moving on. Oh, in time the sun's gonna shine on me nicely. Something tells me good things are coming that you ain't gonna believe.
Oh, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for freedom, and to find it, it'll take everything I have. Oh no, oh, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for freedom, and to find it, it'll take everything I have.
Everything I am.
Oh, I'm looking for freedom. I'm looking for freedom, and to find it, it'll take everything I have.
Wonderful. Sorry, just give it a moment. Take it all in this atmosphere. I think the most striking thing that people who I've talked about you guys, and I guess personal thoughts as well, is the guy-girl combination. You mentioned it just before you played the cover, and I guess how obviously it's a big part of the 52s, but how would you say it's central to it? What's the magic behind the combination?
I think it's kind of cool. I think it's one of the things that makes it slightly stand out, kind of like acoustically and generally, like the whole sound of it. It's not really a sound you hear that often. Is a guy and a girl's voice working in combination. And I guess we're quite lucky in that our voices sit in quite a similar range, and that Bex has got this beautifully low alto voice, and I just about managed to screech out some of these top notes. So I think for us it's always been something that has been quite unique to our sound, and that we've tried to work with in the whole like songwriting process. Kind of builds on the way that the two different voices kind of interact.
Yeah. When we're looping as well, it just creates a whole different kind of texture. Because you've got Ollie can go, incredibly low, the notes that he can reach, and then you're going up and up and up. The sort of the final sound you produce is absolutely, it's amazing. It's quite unique. So
an orchestra of voices.
Yeah, something like that.
It's also quite useful with writing. So we have a guy's perspective and a girl's perspective, and
that's formed actually quite a lot of
Give great attention to that.
Nothing personal, but we've like both filled roles for sort of other people that have cropped up in certain times, so that's been quite nice as well. It's been like that kind of interplay as well of the voices, but also the kind of characters in our songs, and like whether they're ourselves or like other people having that like dialogue has been always quite cool, and quite a big thing behind the writing. We've got some of our verses, the voices are kind of interlock and react off each other, and sometimes you get like a boy's verse and a girl's verse that kind of like either at loggerheads or singing about each other, and so yeah, like you say, it's kind of throws a new sort of perspective on the writing side of it, which is quite cool.
So it's like an integral part of the creative process. I wonder if you could say a bit more about how you create your music. Is there a set way of doing it, or?
No, it's pretty varied.
Is it 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, there'll be times when sort of I'm writing late at night, and I think I'm going to forget it, so I'll quickly send it to Ollie, and it could be a really bad idea or it could be a really good idea, but we end up trying it out anyway. And I think that's just kind of what it stems for. We come up with small riffs or tiny ideas, and then we just build from there.
Yeah, most of the stuff we've written has all come from just like a little snippet or something that one of us has just jotted down on, like recorded on our phones, or just written down a lyric or something like that, and then like brought it to the table with the other person. Then it's been very much just like grown out of that, really. And so I'd say like it's quite rare that whilst we kind of think of like songs that Viveka's written and songs that I've written, really they all stem from just like initial little ideas that either of us have, and then it's just very much thrown into the mix, and we sit there and we think, okay, how are we gonna make this bigger? How are we gonna make this like come to life, catchier, and where are the melodies going in this and stuff like that.
So there's not like one person who just deals with the lyrics, one person deals with the music. Obviously it's never that simple, but it's nice to hear that you both.
Yeah, it was very much a sort of collaboration, and
I think because lyrics tend to be more personal. If one of us may write the majority of the lyrics for a particular song, but obviously if we have our separate verses in it, each individual person will write that.
So we tend to it tends to be very much we tend to leave each other up to actually like that. If we've got a verse and you think, oh, this will work really well with a verse for you, it's rare that I'd write words for you, I think, usually, and vice versa. Usually we kind of write our own verse and integrate them into the wider song. So I think it's definitely key.
Why don't we hear one?
Sure. We're gonna. So this is so this is one of our slightly newer songs that we haven't been. It's sort of just basically a gentle little love song, really, and it's called All the Pretty Girls, and it's something a little like this. And of all the pretty girls I've known, there's few that I have taken home. There's few that stand out alone like you, babe. But you fooled me, used me oh so cruelly, took for granted all the rules, and I bet he wasn't what you wanted anyway. Don't sing, don't drink too much, don't stand hand in hand and turn to dust. But God, I hope I don't fall in love with you. Oh God, I hope I don't fall in love with you. And of all the silly things I've done, there's few that stand out, but then there's one not telling you, you stood out from the rest, babe. You went west as I went east, put the Himalayas under my feet, and I kept my family close beside me. Don't think, don't sing, don't drink too much, don't stand hand in hand. Turn to dust. I hope I don't fall in love with you. Oh God, I hope I don't fall in love with you.
So who wrote that one?
I wrote that one originally, but it was a sort of, I came to Vets with this weird little chord pattern and said, you know, I think this might be something of a love song, but I don't know. And and you were like, yeah, roll with it. And she came up with this bridge, the sort of the two kind of step like that, which is what really was like the crux of the song. And I think that was a cool bit of sort of collaboration. I think that yeah.
Great.
Kind of little taps into the like the process of it, I guess.
I don't know. Ownership over songs is always. You know, like, I wrote it.
Yeah, I mean we're keeping tabs on it. Don't worry.
It's great to see that on every song there's that dual collaboration.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I want to talk a bit about gigging now because you've done a lot of it lately, and I presume you're planning on doing a lot more in the coming year. Where would you say your favourite venue has been thus far? Now, this is not a fishing comment, but I you know, you played London. You played
that's right. Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, London was great. It was in Camden, at a place called Green Note, which was really, really cool. I've wanted to play there since I was like 13, 14, and I've emailed them ever since. Since I was like 15, every year. And then they saw some of our stuff, and I think they liked it. And we went, and it was an incredible atmosphere. You know, it was a tiny room, but the vibe in there was so great, and I think it went down well. So that was a lot of fun.
Would you say you prefer playing bigger venues or smaller, more intimate?
Bigger venues are definitely better, just because we like to get the crowd excited, and we like to get the crowd up and moving and sing along if they want to, which is why
you know the words.
Yeah, exactly.
which is why Gin and Phonics is always really, really great, because you've always got, like, you know, there's always a bunch of people who are really, really looking to have a good time and to move around. And
I think that's one of the things the reason we've loved gigging so much and done it so much, and it's always been such a high priority for us, has been that we just love like the energy of it, and actually like the, you know, and you really get that there is something amazing about like the show in London, like really small intimate spaces. But actually I think the real buzz we get out of it is when you can play somewhere that has, like, you know, when you've got people up and dancing and singing along and moving, and just that kind of energy and that whole atmosphere is just like, I think that's the reason we really make music together. I think it's just because like it's for that buzz that you know that we get, and hopefully that other people get there as well. That's what that's the real pleasure of it, I guess.
So you're very much give me a receptive audience live rather than online.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, you know, even if you haven't got a very receptive audience, actually the whole like challenge of, you know, of working quite hard, trying to make people sit up and listen, and actually bouncing back, and that feedback you get off, you know, eye contact with people in the crowd or something like that. I think it just makes it feel so much more real, and that's, you know, and our songs themselves actually kind of can change a little bit, or like, you know, based on like that kind of
definitely
that kind of those tensions and stuff you get from actually being in a live space. I think that's why we've always been drawn to playing live rather than putting stuff out online or doing kind of studio based stuff, because it's that kind of that buzz and that kind of vibe you get off actually having people there, and you know, that two-way dialogue with your music. I think has always been that.
I mean, a big thing when I've seen you guys is that you can always see that you're doing so much with the looping, especially. You guys have got into looping lately, but I don't know. It's the sheer, not only passion but the hard work. You can see it. It comes through. The flatter you. I guess last question before you leave us with one more. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years' time? It's a classic question, and I hate to say it,
absolutely.
But
well, we've got, obviously, you never want to think too far ahead with something like this, because you just never know. But I think for as long as we still enjoy playing together and enjoy writing music and especially enjoy playing it live, I think I can't see us slowing up anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely not.
We're just going to keep trying to, every opportunity that gets thrown at us so far, we've just kind of grabbed with both hands. So I think we'll just keep doing that as much as we can, and then who knows, really.
Wembley is
Wembley is, I don't want to say anything, but
I know a guy.
I know a guy who knows a guy. Yeah.
What about recording that? Are you?
Yeah, recording is something that we're not really too used to, and obviously, if we want to keep gigging and if we want to get a little bit bigger, then we're going to have to start recording and getting new stuff out there. So we're planning on doing that in the very near future. So
I think that is possibly the next sort of immediate stage for us, is trying to get just something concrete down.
We're still not quite used to it though.
Yeah,
so
we still feel much more natural, I guess, in front of people. But that'll be that's probably the next around the corner. It's a challenge, exactly. Yeah.
So why don't you leave us with one more, maybe a crowd raiser? What are you?
Yeah.
So this is one that I wrote, and it's called Embrace. So finish up with that one.
All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Don't listen to a word I say. Come in closer with your cold embrace. So go on beating right around that bush and lie to me more, lie to me more. Hey baby, come on in. It's late for something to begin, no, but you're getting underneath my skin. Now we're taking our clothes off, going on top of the sheets, feels like 100 degrees, talking so dirty we should be hosed off. And you see her smile, that's been overdue for some time. He's saying, hey baby, next to me, now move yourself in harmony and give me some more. Why didn't we do this before? You don't listen to a word I say. Come in closer with your cold embrace. So go on beating right around that bush and lie to me more, dear. Lie to me more, dear. She looks so beautiful tonight. Eyes glisten underneath the moonlight. Then you two take me by surprise. Now you're taking her clothes off, going on top of the sheets, feels like 100 degrees, talking so dirty you should be hosed off. And you see her smile, that's been overdue for some time. He's saying, hey baby, next to me, now move yourself in harmony and give me some more. Where have I heard that before? You don't listen to a word I say. Come in closer with your cold embrace. So go on beating right around that bush and lie to me more, dear. Lie to me more, dear. Yeah. Yeah. 1, 2. You don't listen to a word I say. Oh. Come in closer with your cold embrace. So go on beating right around that bush and lie to me more, dear. Lie to me more, dear. No. You don't listen to a word I say. Come in closer with your cold embrace. So go on beating right around that bush and lie to me more, lie to me more, lie to me more, dear.
I could hear all the influences. That was wonderful. Thank you very much for coming and doing this.
Thanks so much.
No worries, yeah.
Ollie
Thank you
and
very much for having
Rebecca.
us.
This has been Gin and Phonics Unversed. Thanks for tuning in.